What's going on, everybody? This is Angel Soto with Benton Entertainment. I moved to Tampa in November 1989. A lifetime. This is home. Both. I mean, I was born in early 70s, so I'm, old enough to remember, 80s hip hop, early 80s hip hop, of course 90s, which I think was probably the best era, the 2000s and even the 90s. I think it was the time where production, the producers started to kind of break away a little bit from that boom bop that was just so traditional. We started to get away a little bit from heavy sampling and relying on sampling. Lyrically wise, we sort of started getting exploring different topics and kind of just, you had so many different styles coming through. You had NWA come through, and then you had Public Enemy, and then you had your Biggies, and you had just so many different styles from so many different regions. You had the South came up during the 90s. So I think it was just not only the different styles, but the quality of it just got to that top notch. We took over as management in September. And, we were able to work out a deal with the owner where we rerun it. When I say we, I mean my wife, Carol. She does all the work, and I take all the glory. But in reality, it works out for us because as a record label, we needed a home. We were kind of bouncing all over the place, and we didn't really have a lot of music coming out. So having a home takes care of that. At the same time, we do, rent out the studio time to other artists, and we've been able to discover other artists that have come through to record there, and it's helped with our networking. And I'm really proud of the job we've done there. I mean, it's picked up very nicely, and it really feels like home. The Tampa Music Conference. The Tampa Music Conference started in 2004. And basically, it's an opportunity for people that are in the music industry to come together and network, promote their music, and learn. We have performances. We usually try to have a very strong panel. We get real industry people to come through and share their knowledge with everyone. We do open questions, so you get to ask these people, real questions, and they're always very honest with you. They're always very blunt. And the networking is probably the best that we've had at town. We usually have anywhere between 300 to 500 people come from all over the country. One year we had somebody come from Germany, which was super dope. And, it's something that we're very proud of. It's a love-hate thing. I love it because the community really gets a lot out of it, but it's also a lot of work. Other than the ladies, the first thing I saw was Rick Rubin over there. And I said, oh my God, whoever put this wall together definitely knew what they were doing, because most people would overlook Rick Rubin. So I think that was the first thing. Then I kind of saw the Juice up here for the movie Juice, and that's one of my favorite flicks. I used to try to DJ when I was younger. I love DJing, and that movie was the soundtrack was so DJ heavy. There was a lot of scratching throughout the different scenes, and then of course you had the DJ battle scenes, and when he would practice in his bedroom. So that brought back some good memories. And then the Crunk one right here kind of brought back some memories too, because a lot of people might not know this, but we used to have a record store back in the day, and we were actually the first people in Tampa to sell Crunk juice. And that kind of brought back a little bit of a memory too. So all the Ozone magazine covers, I remember Ozone. Everybody would, when Ozone would come out, everybody go grab it, flip through it to see if the picture was in it, and it was a good time. So it's a beautiful piece. It really is, and it brings back a lot of beautiful memories. Okay, so the music industry, people forget the industry part, or the music business. We forget the music business part. I'm a true believer that the business has to be taken care of. If I'm gonna use an old saying, if a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there, then it make any sound. You could go out and make the best songs in the world, and if you don't take care of the business, if you don't copyright it, if you don't register it, if you don't do all of those things that you have to do, the industry is not gonna know that you exist. Unfortunately, we live in an era where it's all about numbers. It's all about data. There's companies that are taking count of how many times you've been spun on the radio, how many times you've been streamed, how many times internet radio has played you, how many views you have on YouTube. All of that information is data. And if you're not part of that data, you don't exist. The easiest way to get a hold of us or get a hold of me is, really just Benton Entertainment. Benton is Benton. If you search it on any social media, we'll come up. Either my wife, Carol, or I will come up. We're always open to answer any questions. Honestly, this is our town. We love this town. We want this town to get the respect and to get the acknowledgement that it deserves. And in order for that to happen, we honestly believe that we have to share information. The tide, all ships rise with the tide. So if we're all, I don't want to say we're all working together, because that's some kind of unicorns and rainbow BS that doesn't really exist. There's not kumbaya, rah, rah, rah. But if we all work towards this mutual goal individually, where we're all trying to do our best, we're all trying to put our best foot forward, the industry, the city, our community as a whole is gonna rise. And in order for that to happen, we all have to be on the same page. And my wife and I, Carol, have made the commitment to help. Obviously time is money. We don't charge to give you some advice. If you take advantage of it, I'm gonna send you an invoice. But in all honesty, if you have any questions, just hit us up. Don't get stuck. Don't get caught in that run where you just get discouraged because you don't know. Just ask. Benton Entertainment, we're on all social medias, Angel Soto or Carol Soto. Hit us up, man. We're here to help you.
James Winston.
You know what? You got me. I drawing a blank. Should I really know? Honestly, I don't know.
He's a quarterback for Tampa Bay.
Oh, I don't really do sports at all. So I think the only time I was a Bucks fan was when they won. I'm that guy. I'm that guy who when they went to the Super Bowl was it was a different team too, man. We had some, those years where it was a different team. But yeah, I stopped watching football and sports in general. To be honest, I don't even have a TV in my house. That's the truth. We don't watch TV. It's not time well vested.